Let us try to understand this concept. So why errors propagate? The problem is real clear. All problems arise out of one fact that we cannot make exact measurement. Because we cannot make exact measurement, everything arises out of it. For example, if A is one quantity and B is another quantity, the sum of the quantity A and B, let us call it Z. If A is perfectly A with no error, B is perfectly B with no error, then simply A plus B equal to Z. That's it, over. But the problem is, whenever we make a measurement of a quantity, it will always have some uncertainty. We call it error. So A is not always A. It is A is always A plus or minus some error. We call it delta A. And B is not always B. B is actually B plus or minus some error in B. We call it delta B. When you add A with some error, B with some error, Z will not be simply Z. Z will also have, the sum will also have some error. Let us call it plus or minus delta Z. Based on this equation, we just have to add, rearrange this. Z plus or minus delta Z equal to A plus B. I'm just rearranging simply. A plus B plus or minus error in A delta A plus error in B delta B. Why is that so? We are simply adding the errors. Why errors don't they get subtracted or not? So we will give you an I'm going to give you an example why it is working out like that. Suppose, based on what we have done here, let us say A is a quantity. Let us call that quantity is A is, let us say, 1 plus or minus 0.05. B is, let us say, 2 plus or minus 0.05. Then what is Z? Z plus or minus delta Z based on this is 1 plus 2. First A plus B. This is A and this is B. A plus B. Plus or minus delta A plus delta B. Delta A is 0.05 plus delta B is 0.05. So now what are we getting is 1 plus 2 is 3 plus or minus 0.05 plus 0.05 is 0.1. Based on this, Z plus or minus delta Z based on our worked out thing is 3 plus or minus 0.1. That means the value of Z, the value of sum of A and B, the sum of A and B will lie between 3 plus 0.1 is 3.1, 3 minus 0.1 is 2.9. Let us see if that works out. So what are we saying? A's value is, so A is actually, I'm going to use a different color here. So A is actually 1 plus or minus 0.05. I'll write like this. B is 2 plus or minus 0.05. Okay, the maximum values and minimum values. The maximum value of A, so A maximum is 1 plus 0.05, which is 1.05. A minimum is 1 minus 0.05 is 0.95. B maximum is 2 plus 0.05 is 2.05 and B minimum is 2 minus 0.05 is 1.95. Now when you add A maximum with B maximum, we get Z maximum. Z maximum is 0.05, which is 3.10. Are we getting that here? 3.1. And A minimum plus B minimum, we will get Z minimum. Z minimum is, then again, 5 plus 5, 0, remaining 1, 9, and then 2.90. This is what we are getting over here. So whenever, so here, why it is plus? Again, I will have to address why it is plus. So it is just a minimum guarantee. Minimum guarantee means the maximum possible thing. So what we are saying based on this is that we are saying when you add A and B, the maximum possible variation is between 3.1 to 2.9. That means the maximum possible variation of 0.1 will happen with respect to the sum of the values. Here A is actually A mean, B is actually B mean, which we derived in the previous video.